The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
What's up, Raider Nation? Welcome back to another video. Today, we got Mock Draft Monday coming at you guys. Our first one. It's our first iteration. So today we're going to be mocking the first top 10 picks of the NFL draft upcoming. It's only 4 weeks away, so time's flying by, and we got some crazy rumors floating around out there, so we're going to do a mock draft Monday. So starting at number 1, I think that's a given that the Chicago Bears are going to be taking Caleb Williams. They've already traded Justin Fields. They need a quarterback, and Caleb Williams is the number 1 consensus quarterback on the board.
Okay, yeah, first mock draft of the year, and it's an exciting time for sure. But number 2, we got Washington. Okay, we got the Commanders. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. There's a couple guys who are, on their radar. The rumblings have been going around. Drake May, Jayden Daniels, like who's it going to be at number 2? Jayden Daniels, Heisman winner, of course. Drake May, consensus top 2 quarterback in this draft. I think everyone, if not everyone, has him as the second guy behind Caleb Williams. So I think in this case, we're going to give him Drake May, North Carolina. Big physical QB like Justin Herbert, essentially, and would give them the best chance, honestly, with their roster to win. And they got Eckler, too, in the backfield now, so it'll be interesting to see if he can get the ball to Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel on the other side.
Yeah, and with that pick, next is the New England Patriots at number 3, who I've been hearing rumors that they're going to trade out of number 3, but for some reason I don't buy it because they need a quarterback. They traded away Mac Jones, and they're not going to roll out there with Bailey Zappi, whatever his name is. But so they need a quarterback, and the 2 top guys on the board available are Jayden Daniels and JJ McCarthy. And New England Patriots, I think they're going to go with JJ McCarthy. And he has that Michigan connection to Tom Brady. Brady's still friends with Robert Kraft, and he's raved about JJ McCarthy in the past. And I think he's a guy that fits their organization. He fits their culture. And, I think he's a little underrated. He's got the size. He doesn't look that big, but as I mentioned in our last video, he has the size, he has the mobility, and he has the arm strength. So I think that during this pre-draft process, he's going to keep rising up. And I think he's going to be the 3rd quarterback off the board.
Yeah, and now here at number 4, obviously, if you guys saw our last video, we're pretty confident that the Raiders are going to make a move here and trade up to number 4, jump Denver, jump Minnesota, jump some of the other teams that need quarterbacks really badly. And right here, what we're going to do is we're going to essentially trade up with Arizona, and we're going to give them our 13th second-round pick and a first next year for number 4. It's going to take a lot to move up. But for mock draft consensus purposes, we're going to go ahead and do it. And of course, at number 4, it's a no-brainer drafting Mr. Heisman himself, LSU quarterback Jayden Daniels. Extremely, extremely versatile quarterback. Didn't start very well at ASU, but obviously once he came to LSU, that all changed for him. Just great coaching over there, and they built a Heisman winner, essentially throwing almost 40 touchdowns plus a year and a dual threat. Essentially, he can run, he can get out of trouble, which is not something the Raiders have right now with their current depth chart at the quarterback position, namely so Aiden O'Connell. It'll give us the best chance to win. And that's 4 quarterbacks in a row taken off the board, which all 4 teams are in dire need of a QB. And if one out of the top now 4 was not to take a QB, I would probably say it would be the Patriots. And, we're going to get into that in another video about New England and how they're probably gonna, sign a veteran or something to compete with Bailey Zappi, rather than, go out on a limb and draft JJ McCarthy with the third pick. But yeah, Jayden Daniels, Raiders quarterback of the future, book it.
All right. After we're gonna get Jayden Daniels. This is a scary sight for Raider Nation, but at number 5, we both have the LA Chargers drafting Marvin Harrison Jr. out of Ohio State. He is one of the best receiver prospects we've seen in a while. He has a pedigree, obviously, with his dad, Marvin Harrison. Played at Ohio State and was a big time performer whenever he played in a big game there. And he's got everything. Size, speed. He's as it says there, a superlative athlete. So he's got everything you want in a wide receiver prospect. And obviously, the Chargers just got rid of Keenan Allen. They just got rid of Mike Williams as well. So they have a big hole at wide receiver. And you get a guy who Jim Harbaugh's seen in person too. At Michigan, he played against him a lot at Ohio State. So you get a guy that Justin Herbert can target, and he'll be that third down, clutch receiver for the Chargers.
Yeah, and that's a scary ass type for Raider Nation. We would be in deep, deep, deep shit if they just got rid of Mike Williams and Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler, and then add like one of the best receiving prospects in the last, I'd say probably 10, 15 years, probably since Calvin Johnson was the last one who's gotten this much hype. You're right, huge guy, very versatile, can go up and get the ball, quite similar to his dad, one of the greatest ever to do it. But here at number 6, we got the Giants taking Joe Alt. Number 6 is a pretty consensus pick right here, drafting a tackle on the offensive line to protect Daniel Jones. He tore his ACL against the Raiders, actually, which saw Tommy DeVito come in the game, and the meme lives in folklore history now. But Joe Alt, they're gonna give Daniel Jones another chance, I'd say, this coming year. I think one more year will probably be the end of Daniel Jones. Giants are just in a really competitive division. Washington's getting Drake May. So it's going to be really interesting to see, how they can avoid finishing last in that division. But all huge physical tackle. I believe he's about 6'6". Oh, he's about 6'8", 320. Okay. That's pretty insane. That's a left tackle if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, and I think obviously they're paying Jan Jones a lot of money too, so they can't just get rid of him. So Joe Alt, like he's as big as Colton Miller. He's a stud. Next at number 7, the Tennessee Titans. We have them taking Olu Fashanu. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. He's again big offensive tackle from Penn State, and I originally thought they were going to go receiver, but the Titans they just signed Calvin Ridley and they have DeAndre Hopkins, so there's no need a receiver for them. They take the best player on the board, Olu Fashanu, shore up that offensive line, protect Will Levis, and I think that's a no-brainer pick. If Joe Alt goes number 6, I think Olu Fashanu is right behind him at number 7. So yeah, book it. Olu Fashanu to the Titans at number 7.
All right, number 8, we got the Atlanta Falcons. With the 8th pick over here with the Falcons, I think defense is a big priority for them. We could get into whole, rumors about, oh, Kirk Cousins just signed, like they might need a receiver. But like we discussed earlier, Drake London's a solid number 1 guy, and give him Dallas Turner from Alabama. Just an overall physical, specimen, essentially 6'2", 247. Just has crazy explosive burst, has a great swim move, flashes high end.
At number 9, like you mentioned, we have a surprise coming. Obviously, there's 2 teams who need quarterbacks right now. It's the Broncos and the Vikings. And with the Broncos being at 12, I think they need to move up to get their guy Bo Nix. So I don't know exactly what we're going to give up. Probably a second round pick. I don't know. Hopefully, yeah, we're just going to make it go through. That should be enough. 2 second round picks. Okay, trade been accepted. Excellent. So I think they're going to go Bo Nix. And as I've mentioned in the past, he fits what Sean Payton loves to do. He's can read defenses pre-snap, and he's very by the book. He doesn't stray away from the called play. So he's going to fit Sean Payton's system. If there was ever a comp for Drew Brees, and I think Bo Nix is not Drew Brees, he's very far off. But of the quarterbacks in this draft, I think he's the closest to a Drew Brees. He doesn't have the biggest arm, but you could say he's the smartest quarterback in this draft class.
Yeah, Drew Brees is a good comp right there. The only difference is Drew Brees was a lot shorter. This man is about 6'2", 215. Drew Brees was a lot smaller than that. Drew Brees was about barely 6 feet tall, I'd say, like 5'11", 6 feet. Um, which, is a little bit of a difference. But yeah, definitely the same system. The Sean Payton system is, we'll see how that project works out this year. But I mean, as of right now, based off this draft at least, the number 2 team in the division is going to be the Raiders, like by far. I think, Kansas City's still the flat out number 1 until something else, wild happens. Um, and Patrick Mahomes said today, we're still a young team except Travis, which is completely true. Everybody's under 30 years old except Travis Kelce. So, yeah, I mean, Denver and San Diego, or Los Angeles, whatever you want to say, they'll always be San Diego, but they got some work to do. And over here, this would kind of jumpstart both their rebuilds essentially. But at number 10, we got the top 10 picks now wrapping up at number 10. We're gonna gift the delusional Jets fans that we know and we love. And we're going to give them over here Malik Neighbors, receiver from LSU, who is arguably, one of the best receivers in this class. He's not Marvin Harrison, of course. He's a little shorter. He's a little faster. He's definitely lighter. And great route runner. That's one thing for sure. Has great, it says right here, stellar body control in tight situations, can use hands late, to control leverage. And that's just a perfect example. So we'll see with Robert Saleh giving Aaron Rodgers, who's coming back from the dead essentially, to hopefully win 13 games and take the Jets to the Super Bowl as everyone hopes.
Yeah, that would be. I don't know if it'll be scary considering Aaron Rodgers' health, but yeah. So we got the first 10 picks here, Raider Nation. As we get closer to the draft, we're going to do more complete full mock drafts. But this is just an introductory kind of mock draft scenario where we get Jayden Daniels, which I know a lot of Raider Nation wants, and I think with this scenario, I think there's actually a chance of it happening. But yeah, Raider Nation, we really appreciate the support in the last few videos. Continue liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing with your friends. Everything means a lot to us. We're a very small channel. We're trying to expand, reach more people. So we appreciate it all, Raider Nation. We're so grateful for all your guys' support and love in the comment section. But yeah, signing out, Raider Nation.